Okay, so we're ready to move on with the build now, and this is shipment number 28. If you guys are curious, everything that came with the shipment, I did a complete unboxing video, and if you want to know what's in this, you can check that out. But right now, we're just going to move on with the build. So let's get these aside, and we're going to start right away. So we're going to start with the issue 107. So we're at stage 107 assembly, and you can see we got some windows as well as the paneling. So we're going to need the dark room lights and the illuminated room lights. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 of the room lights that are off. Alright, so we get all the room lights that are going to be off. So now we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to need 12 of the room lights that are going to be lit. There we are. We got all the windows in place, and we're going to put the backings on. So that will be A11, 1211A1. This one is 1211A. So these are going to go on right here. So what we got to do is hold them in place right now with AP screws. Now we got to put the lights into the frame, and we're going to be putting them onto the circuit board over there. So, okay, so we got the lights in. So what do we got to do now? We got to put the panels together. And we need to put the lights in. Alright, so those would be held in place with the AP screws. What we have to do is we actually have to connect this to the lights, and we have to connect this to the piece that we had just gotten from last time. You remember we had this section, and this is going to go like this. It's actually going to go this way, but we got to put the lights in first before we screw it into place. So let's just make sure. Okay, that's going to be held in place with the FM screws. So we've got to get the FM screws ready. And I just seen them. Here they are. We're going to need 3 of these. Alright, so that's what we got so far. Okay, so what we're going to do next, they're going to have us jump around again. We're going to have to do more to put onto here. I wish we would just get it over with. So this section over here is really nothing to that. We got to put the green starboard side beacon don't know if you really call this a step, but we're going to put this into here. So that's going to go just like that. So moving on, all right, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to need 10 of the escape pods. And like to this point, we've been doing the little lines. We've been putting them facing down because they're going to be going to the outer part of the ship. All right. And let's see, that's going to be held in place with the backing. Let's see, I just saw that. Here it is. This is L31718. And this is going to go just like this, and this is going to hold all the escape pods into place. And we need the HM screws. I don't really remember too many of those. AM, IM, FM. We haven't seen too many of these. Alright, so we need 2 of these. There we go. We got to put the screw cover to the side. We don't want to lose that. Okay, now we're going to put the outer edge on. And they're going to line up just like that. Let's see, we're going to use the IM screws for these. Alright, we got to throw that into the primary hull, and that's going to be held in place with the FM screws. So we got a couple right here, and then we have to use the screw cover to hide the screws. Alright, this is going to go right here, and we need to make sure it clicks into place. We got to put it underneath the last plate. And in addition to that, we have to actually run it over the lip. And I'll show you guys what I mean in a minute. Let me just get this in position. There. So we needed to get it on the outer part. And we got to make sure it stays secure. So we're going to need to put an FM screw in here. So let's get one ready. When we tighten it, we got to make sure that it stayed on the outer part of the lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another one in, and then I'll really tighten them down. And we make sure that it's still on the outer part, on the top. There. See how we had to make sure it catches the outer part? Alright, so that looks good. Alright, so now what we got to do is we have to put the little escape pod screw hole cover, and that's going to go over here, and that's going to hide everything just like that. There. So we need one more, and it'll bring it in over the impulse engine. Okay, so it looks like that's it for now for the primary hull. Alright, so we need BM screws, and what we're going to do is we're going to hold the place into the frame, and this is the section where the Bussard collector is going to go. I want to show you guys a long time ago, it seems, they had sent us these for the Bussard collector. And see how they're kind of translucent? And they had sent us a replacement part that looked more solid. So it seemed like a long time ago we got those. Okay, so this is going to go, it's going to kind of slot into place. See how that looks? And this, we're going to put that on the bottom, and the screws in the area on top of the Bussard collector are actually going to hold the orange piece in place. And that needs to be put into place with the BM screws, and we're going to need 3 of those. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up now. You don't want to over tighten it, but it won't be as easy to do because this is going into a metal piece, so it's less likely to strip. And we're going to take the skin section, and this is going to rest right inside, and this is that piece that we put in for the beacon. That's going to be held in place over there. So when we use the AM screws, we're going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to need 8 of the AM screws. So let's get these out. I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to go around and I'm going to start them all. And then when they're all in place, then I'll go around and I'll give them a good tightening. What I like to do when there's a lot of screws like this in an area, instead of going one at a time all the way around, I prefer you guys know, anyone that changed a tire, you know when you change the lugs, when you put them on and you tighten them, you start doing it in the star design. You don't go one at a time in order. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see, where is the screw for this? There. I'm going to go around now and I'll just tighten them up real quickly. Okay, I did a pretty good job of tightening them. There. And of course this is starboard side because we have the green. Let's see. Can I show you? Do I have the little... There it is. Let me show you guys what this is going to look like. There we go. That looks better. So that looks pretty good. So that's all set. So now we're ready to go to 109. And what we're actually going to do now is we're going to go back and we're going to do that section on the primary hull. So let's take everything out of this issue. We got the circuit board for the nacelle. I got the screw cover. All right. So what we're going to need is this section. See where the impulse engines are going to go. We're going to need, let's see, 5, 7. We're going to need 7 of the escape pods. And again, I'm going to put the little lines on the bottom. And that's going to be held in place with the plate that, let's see, this is the plate, and this would be L3, 11, 12, 19. And we're actually going to be using AM screws to hold this in place. Here we are. You can see where the impulse engine is going to go and the screw. Okay, so now we're going to bring back the primary hull. Let's see, and that's going to go all the way over here. So let me get this in. I can take the tape off because I had, I don't know if you'd be able to see that, I had put tape to keep the impulse engine from moving around. So now we don't need that because now we're actually going to screw it the plate, screw it down, and it's going to go. Let me get it into position and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to make sure that both of the impulse engines are working. So we're going to need the FM screws, and I just saw them. Alright, let's tighten these up now. I'll show you guys that we got the impulse engines on both sides, port and starboard, and look at that. So let's go ahead now, we'll put the little screw cover there. Look at that. Look at the bottom of the primary hull. Look at, we got it almost closed in. All right, so that's really cool. So let's put this aside now, because I think we're going to be doing more work on the nacelle. All right, so let's get the nacelle back here. Get some pieces that we don't want to misplace. All right, so what's next? So what we're going to do now is we're going to put in the lights, the circuit board. So that'll be pretty fun. I just saw the circuit board. Here it is. So, if you guys remember from last time, we have a light in the back, and we have a light in the front, and we've got two of them. I think these are going to go in the back. These are aft, and I believe these are forward. This light is going to go in that little slot. And then we're going to screw it into place. All right, now we can't tighten these all the way like we would with the metal, the screws that are going to metal, because I don't want to strip this. So we're going to put it a little gingerly. We'll put them in and then I'll tighten them up in a minute, but not to the point where they're going to get stripped. We got one more. Yeah. This light, we got to maneuver because this needs to fit right in there like that. Okay, that's all set. So now we're going to take this section. We're going to use more AP screws, and these are going to go over here. Let's see, are we going to use these at the bottom? Yes. And these are going into the plastic, so like I said, we can't super drive them in, because if they strip, there'll be nothing to hold it in, and that's not going to be good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to take this section, and it's interesting how they diffuse the light. They have this section that's like a translucent clear or a white piece, and this is going to go in just like this, and it's going to help diffuse the light into the back. So this is going to go right over here, and see what it's going to do is it's going to catch this bulb's light, and it's going to diffuse everything all the way around, so there'll be no hot spots in the back. A really good idea. So now that was it. So now we're going on to stage 110. I love it. So this section has this amazing piece of the bottom of the primary hull. All right, let's get the rest of this stuff out. Okay, so now you can see we're going to take this section, the side, and this is going to go in just like this. This is going to be put in place with more AP screws. And again, I can't put them in, like really drive them in, because I don't want the plastic to strip. And when it just starts to snug up a little bit, you want to back off, because it won't take much to strip these. And again, don't drive it in. As soon as it starts to snug up, that's when I back off. And like we found out with the other side, this will kind of snap into position when we bring the other half together. So I need to put this back in. We got to make sure that I remember that this isn't it's not secured in there, it's just on its own like that. Okay, let's see if there's anything else going on for the nacelle. Yeah, so we have a couple of the longer pieces. So we actually have these two. So think of this as like a drawer. This one is going to go into it, but you're going to have the walls going in like this into the bottom, just like that. And what that's going to help to do is it's going to help to diffuse the light again. So that's ready. So now let's see, we have the warp engine field grill. All right, I keep forgetting they're the same color. So they're going to go in just like this into each other. And it's going to be kind of snug, and again, it's going to help diffuse the light. So now what? What's 110? Okay. So inside the warp field grill, left reflector, and secure the two parts with a sticker as shown. See insert. I don't really think it needs the sticker, but why not? This is what they're calling for, because it is pretty snug. It is very snug in here. So all right, let's do what they suggest. We're going to put this like this. So this is going to help make sure that the pieces don't separate. And this, it's going to go into this section over here. Let's see, which one will go first? I don't remember if this one goes first. So this one is going to go like this. And what this is going to do is this is going to help diffuse the light into this section right here. And again, it's going to eliminate any hot spots. And this one is going to go right in on the side of it. We got to make sure that those lights don't get in the way. Alright, so I'm not sure we're going to do that with that light right now, but it doesn't matter right now. We're not going to secure this. So again, this is going to eliminate the hot spots going along the sides. After all these pieces are in, it's going to look really cool. Is that everything we're going to do with the nacelle? Yes. Okay, so we're going to put the nacelle aside now. And let's see. We're going to go back, well, we're finally going to go to the bottom of the primary hull, and look at that piece. How amazing is this going to be? That little, I never noticed that little symbol there before. Beautiful. Okay, what's the first thing we need to do? It looks like we're going to be putting in 2 clear windows and 2 dark windows. So it looks like the room light that's off is going to be on the inner part, and the room light that's on is going to be on the outer part. So let's just get those ready. Alright, here we are. Let's see, now we're going to put these sections on. What did I say? AM screws. And remember, these are going into metal, so we can really drive these in to snug them up. I mean, not crazy. You don't want to strip them, but you can tighten them a lot more than you could the plastic sections. Here we are. So you guys can see those windows. All right, what's next? Well, that's it. That's it, my friends. I guess I'm not going to get to put this in yet. You got to wait. Because then we go to the episode info. So, but what I can do is I can show you this where this is going to go. So let me get the saucer section back. We're going to make sure there are no wires in the way. See, this is a blinking, I think this is a blinking light. I'm not sure where that's going to go. But I'm going to put that underneath so it doesn't get damaged. You can see this is going to be wild. And the way the battle section is going to go in, you can see where the phaser array is going to go, and we'll put it in upside down, and then it'll lock into place. That thing is going to hold a lot of weight. But my friends, I can still show you what they're going to look like when they're lit up. See the windows on the sides, and we have the impulse engines, and we'll tie it down. But so what we did was we closed in more of the primary hull. I mean, the only thing that's going to be left is going to be the little circle where the captain's yacht is. It's probably going to just fit right into place, and it's going to hold the battery pack. And I'm thinking, because these lights are in the frame, they're all ready to go, so that's going to help to illuminate whatever's here. Because if you think about it, guys, I don't know about yours, but I've got absolutely not even one left on the circuit boards to put anything into. So they're all taken. And we've got 3 of them in here, remember. So my friends, this was pretty cool, because we're actually getting closer to finishing off the primary hull now. This was shipment number 28. And in shipment 29, I'm thinking we're going to finish the windows. We're going to put this section, we'll bolt it into place. I'll be able to put this onto the secondary hull for you guys for the first time. We'll touch up the details. I don't know if the captain's yacht is going to come with the next shipment, but certainly more of the, let me get it, certainly more than a nacelle will be in the next shipment. We'll do the other side, and really the nacelle was really relatively painless and simple to put together. Well, my friends, that was shipment 28. So we got all the way up to issue 110. I think it was stage 107, 108, 109, and 110. So we're getting there. Now I'm really looking forward to the next shipment, because I was really, to be honest, guys, I was kind of like hoping for a break from this for a little while, but you know, now I can actually see the finish line, and I'm looking forward to finishing it. Really looking forward to finishing it. So my friends, until issue or shipment number 29, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys really soon.